chat is. Here we go. Well, here I'm trying to clean my apartment and whatnot. As you can see, it's in bad shape. Well, here I go. If you can subscribe to me on Rumble, the name is I'm Ugly Roger That. I'd appreciate it. But here I am trying to make a difference in my life and all that, you know. Go ahead and just subscribe to I'm Ugly Roger That. That way I can do live streams and actually make money off of them because I'm not monetized on YouTube here. YouTube has really bad stuff. Here's what I'm looking for right now. This little UV sanitizer light, Dollar Tree. I'll do a video on it at because I gotta have the viewer to make sure the chat's on. It says the chat's on, so I'm going to show how to do it. Got this thermos at the Goodwill, and it's supposed to be rated for I don't know what rate. I'm just tired. I'm sorry, guys. Showing you how to use it here. It's supposed to do 20 seconds or 10 seconds for surfaces that are, you know, they're non-porous, and 20 for things that are porous. So I'm going to go ahead and do it 10 seconds here. There, 10 seconds here. It's got a timer, of course. You don't look at it, of course, because it's ultraviolet rays. So you can, if you look at it, someone I know actually thought maybe you could. Since it's a distance here, probably doesn't matter. I'm just gonna put it in for 20 seconds to clean that. Your then this is the last piece to clean. So yeah, stuff you have to deal with every day, I guess. But yeah, here I am trying to make a difference, as you can tell. So timer does 10 seconds per beep. I go ahead. I'm gonna turn this upside down so you won't be able to see. I won't be able to see any comments you make for a little bit. I'm gonna turn this upside down and get ready to make some drink for tomorrow, some protein drink. So you might see me working on that, but anyway, for the moment, wish me luck. Just dealing with things right now. Honestly, I wish I could be a hikikomori. That would be my dream at this point. I don't have to go outside anymore. So, I am lactose intolerant, but I've got this right here because I do, yeah, hey there. I'm, as you can see, I'm really messed up in here, so I'm just basically trying to, make my life better, and so I am trying to clean. You know, here's this condensed milk. Condensed milk. I'm going to use this now. Technically lactose intolerant, right? But even though I'm lactose intolerant, I'm not severely lactose intolerant. You don't mess with allergies. You just don't mess with them, you know. That's one of the problems you might have with some people is, I think it's funny, it's not. And there are different levels of lactose intolerance. Okay. There's a level where I'm at where you get, digestive issues. With me, I get bad gas. Mine's very mild, so I'll get bad gas. Smells really bad. A little bit of diarrhea. So that's a bit like a laxative for me. And but I'm pretty mild. I typically don't get much further than that. I don't really get further than maybe diarrhea. So I'm okay with that. I don't have to worry too much, right? I don't have to worry too much about diarrhea. Actually, I've talked to a pharmacist before because I'm having constipation really bad. I'm not drinking much water, also barely eating. So I actually have done this in the past, which is actually use. Now, I highly do not recommend this unless you are. Even then, I don't recommend it at all. I don't know how you'd react because some people actually with lactose intolerance, they can't be around it at all. The least severe is the digestive issues, which is what I have. And you're looking at, I mean, you just get that way. For me, how I became asexual is I just went through so much trouble with girls to the point where, even with adult women, I went through horrible things to the point where now I mean, you see those? All my meds? I'm prescribed 2,360 milligrams of psych meds a day because of what I've been through with women. And then I found out about that guy that married Hatsune Miku and all this stuff about waifus. I'm like, wait, it's possible that if I'm nice to a woman, it's possible that if I'm nice to a woman, I can get someone even if she's imaginary. You know, it's possible. I'm with someone where I can actually, be nice, can give me a chance of having a girlfriend. Because as of late, thankfully I've had some managers that are very, message down again for a second, we'll see your comments. As of late in my job, I've got managers that are very protective of me. And they are women, and these are actually good women. So I guess not all women are bad. There are some good ones out there. There's nothing romantic going on, so don't think that, oh, cool, I got more of this condensed milk, or evaporated milk, for this, but either way, it's about the same. Anyway, yeah, I just, they're being very protective, and especially the one in particular, the store manager is real concerned as of late, especially like as of today. Where I work, that's been a big problem at a lot of jobs. Like, I really like going around doing the random stuff, right? The random stuff, go here, go there, go help stock supplies, help keep people supported and everything, I like being support, like support characters, support roles, stuff like that. I really like support. That's why I played Mech Arena for a while before I realized, like, oh, it's a complete pay to win thing. It's like you grind, and then they cut you off during the day. It gets to a point during the day where they just pretty much cut you off completely from your experience. There's no point really trying to do any more that day. And you work really hard, and all of a sudden you get one shot by some rich kid. So his mom's card. That kind of thing. So, but I actually really liked this kind of scout class that would do a jump pack and stuff to go up, because you can go hide behind a wall and then jump out of nowhere and distract your enemies. While the tanks and the damage individuals, you guys that did the damage, you guys that did the tanks, the ones that ambush would go in and do most of the damage or going for the kill. And then you would just distract them. That's what I would do a lot. I like doing that, just mess with people. But yeah, if you can go ahead and subscribe to me on Rumble, it's called I'm Ugly. Roger that, right? Really appreciate it, because that channel I actually make money from. Okay, and then here's my protein powder. And my apartment management knows this is what my apartment looks like, so hopefully they know I do this, do these videos and whatnot. So because I'm not really making an income, I don't. Sorry for protein powder everywhere. Because I'm not really making any income, they kind of look the other way. This is not really how I make my money, so it's like living. Ugh, right in my eyes. My eyes all water. My eyes water. That's one of the best things you can do, is actually just let your eyes water. So I'm going to go ahead and scoop up some protein and whatnot. So, scoop is 19. So those 2 scoops probably have about 30 grams of protein in them. And each one of these has, 2 tablespoons, 12 servings, 2 grams of protein each. So this can has about 24 grams of protein. So I put 2 cans in there. So we're looking at about 48 grams, right? 40 grams of protein. Yeah, I know. So we're looking about 48 grams of protein there, right? I'll put some water in here too, just to thin out a little bit. But we're getting about 48 grams of protein from the milk, and there's 30 from the protein powder, right? So we're looking at roughly, what is it, about 78 or so, around 70 grams of protein in this altogether, right? So let me go ahead and get this all situated. But this actually, I did have an idea for this right here. So this would be a very short range because it's not very bright, but me being autistic, I can play with this, and as long as I don't hit the button here, I'm good. Because if I hit the button and I expose my skin to the ultraviolet light like this, we're looking at best case scenario, really bad sunburn. Worst case scenario, cancer. So you don't use this in place of hand sanitizer, because it could cause cancer. The workout routine right now, I'm mostly doing stretches before I really start working out, because yeah, there's a trash can over here, but yeah, if you just, I can play with this and say it's a stimming device, but if someone comes close and they're backing away, of course, the thing is, if someone is trying to mess with you, one of the best things you can do is cause a scene. Believe it or not, one of the best things you can do. Yeah, I'll start picking up these balls and whatnot. I got a little thing for mez here. So one of the best things you can do, if you ever have a situation where you are afraid, you might actually have to defend yourself with some kind of force or anything like that, right? One of the best things you can do, aside from recording it, but like if you're just, if things are escalating, you might want to make a scene, believe it or not, attract attention. You, all kinds of psych meds. You're talking mood stabilizers, focus, anxiety, cornstarch here. So you're talking about a lot of stuff. So here I am trying to clean everything up. So all this almond milk I've got stocked up, so we're good. Trying to get into crock pots as of late. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and clean that up. Well, I'm gonna set you down for a sec. I'll be right back. I'm gonna just grab a cloth to clean with. But I'm tired of the lettuce of late. So I'm just cleaning off this piece here. Good. So I'm trying to prepare for the rapture, you know, learn to forgive and stop hating, trying to go ahead and just let go of what happened to me at school. But, you know, really not that easy. It's really not easy to forget what you went through in school, you know? It's really, I mean, I know I need to do it, but it's like my memories keep coming back left and right. Especially at work, I have to go outside for a little bit sometimes and just step outside and go ahead and get by myself and try to remember where I am. That's the biggest thing. It's all screwy in my head. The past just keeps coming back so vivid. It keeps replaying things in my head. It's one of the worst things you can imagine. The thing is, even though the people did it, what they did to me was really bad. We're talking all the way up to sexual assault, you know, all the way up to that level. My post-traumatic stress disorder is so bad, I don't even wish it on them, you know. The post-traumatic stress disorder is so bad, I don't wish it on the people that gave it to me. Do you ever think about how bad that is? I mean, honestly, the closest thing, about the closest thing, I'm trying not to because, you know, God doesn't want you to hate anyone, but honestly, if you want to go to PTSD level, like if I could give PTSD to, right, and I had that option, right, you'd pretty much have to be at like Hitler level or BTK level, you know. You'd have to be at like a really violent serial killer level of, or, you know, like someone that has committed genocide or something like that. That's the level you'd have to be at for me to wish PTSD on you, you know. That's how bad it is. I'm still here, guys. I'm just trying to clean out this crock pot. I like crock pots. I touch them, they make me feel all warm. That's functional for now. So, let me clean this up. But yeah, hopefully they can go ahead and like our apartment management will be like, okay, so he is trying to clean. But yeah, like I said, please subscribe to me in Rumble. Then I can get more money because I'm monetized in Rumble and I only need 25 subscribers. Probably gonna end up with that soaking all night. I've been trying to make it, but it's just hard. Now, these I'm going to try and save for a certain reason. Oh, real quick tip about throwing stars. Actually, the throwing stars recently, around February earlier this year, right? Around February this year, it became legal in Indiana, where I live, to own throwing stars. It finally became legal. For a long time, it was illegal to own. It was illegal to own, inherit, import, sell, or have anything to do with kunai or throwing star shuriken is illegal in the state of Indiana. Of course, I don't know what the rule is for museums then, because they're owning them, you know. So, yeah, but anyway, people were, you know, don't understand this about throwing stars, but historically they weren't really cool looking things like you see in Naruto and ninja movies and stuff, you know. They weren't all well-formed, well-forged pieces. They weren't. They were made out of scrap metal, believe it or not. They were continually made out of scrap metal because they would be thrown away. So they'd be thrown out of scrap metal and just thrown away. They were disposable, and they weren't really meant to kill. They weren't like they are in the movies where they just hit you in the head and you're dead. They weren't like that. They were more for distraction, just to cut someone up, make it hurt a little bit, and distract them in battle. That's why samurai had them, and they just throw them at their opponents to distract them when they attack with a sword. That was the whole thing. Other things they would do is do the whole bioweapon warfare where they'd soak them in fecal matter, right? And either that or castor oil. We used to be able to get castor oil, but it was actually a poison. It was ricin. Yeah, they'd soak them in that and then bury them, and then it may be lured to them. They'd step on them, and then they'd end up dead from infection or poison. You know, that's what they were really for. It was more distraction or traps. I don't know how long I'm going to do this stream. Probably half an hour. I'm going to try and do at least 1.5 hour stream a day. Make cleaning. Got a new coat here today. I'm going to do what I can to learn about electronics. Because I'm going to do what I can to get in the habit of... You see a lot of these old flashlights like this, right? The ones that are old ones that are kind of built hard and heavy, right? These aren't the most energy efficient, of course, because they're old. But I was thinking of Hello Man and Wish. Just re-engineering them. I'd really like to use a fuel cell battery to create with pennies. So I'll look up how to work that all out. Maybe this bulb, replace it with a more modern one, make it more powerful. But yeah, basically just make a battery. A fuel cell battery is very weak. But you put in series whatnot, it don't really make a difference. So I'm gonna work on that. I'm sorry, I'm just not in a good state. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and what I'm doing right here, right? Is I've got a duffel bag thing I'm going to be using right here to put clothes in. Okay, and then tomorrow I'm going to be going to the laundromat because I'm getting an issue with my washing machine. Right, it doesn't work. Dryer does, but not the washing machine. So I'm going to be taking this to the laundromat tomorrow. I'll make sure to do that. Can I get my $10 bill? I'll set up. Symbols tuna here. Sorry, I'm just not doing well. Just trying to make it. Pick the books here and there. I got a new coat today, which is good. What time we got? I'll probably go for another 10 minutes on this stream. Right? Well, there's a I don't know, at the library actually, it's really cool. At the library, you don't have to you can just go in there and use their siren equipment. I'm gonna be doing that with the penny. It's like I really gonna put some effort into tonight. Learning about making small heating elements, basically, because I'm not allowed to have space heaters in my apartments. A lot of apartments here are allowed to have them because of fire hazards, right? I'm going to look into making where basically heating pads you can use for emergencies and whatnot. And with these batteries, right, most of them you can just recharge by adding water. However, here we go. Most of them batteries, the batteries I'm making, you just recharge by adding with water. But I'll push away a little salt. However, a little secret with the thing I'm making, the battery things I'm making, you don't have to use salt and water again. What you can just use is urine. So I don't recommend it. But if you're ever in a survival situation, right, and water's really scarce or the most important or something, right, you can urinate on these batteries and it will continue to proceed. It will continue to produce electricity. Whole another issue, but yeah, it's like it's an option. They look into it's called urine battery. Sorry, I'm just not in a good mood. In a good mental state. I'm really working on there's algae battery, there's a urine battery. Something I'd really like to look into is actually combining a urine battery with an algae battery. Because assuming you don't have diseases, which, believe it or not, urine actually is typically pretty sterile unless you have some kind of infection. The urinary tract. If you don't, it's typically pretty sterile. But what you would do is you would grow algae in it. You might have to dilute it. I really want to look into that, right? But that can be used to grow algae. And then you've got an algae battery there because that'd be, of course, very easy to do. So you can get an algae battery going, right? So you've got the algae battery, and the thing is, if you get an edible algae, you can use it as a food source. You might think it's gross, but I mean, in a survival situation, you don't have much choice. It takes a lot of waste out too, which the algae could be used to help break stuff down faster. And of course, you could rinse it off too with other water. And then the rinse water you can add to the fertilization, of course, to grow more algae. But a lot of algae will actually replace vitamin B in your body, so you won't get as much. Not only will you not get much you won't get it from it, but it will actually make your vitamin B levels go down because it will interfere with the absorption of other vitamin Bs, actual vitamin B. So that might be an issue. But you could use it as a food source. And it doubles in biomass roughly every 24 hours under right conditions. But you can actually take the urine battery and produce energy that way. You could help. You could produce grow lights. So you make yourself they're very small, very efficient and whatnot, and put them on to top. So basically, in a low light situation, it'll kick back and produce a little electricity. And the algae produces a little electricity from the photosynthesis as a waste product, and then you just basically use that to power the grow lights, and it will really help in low light situations. That way you can grow inside where there's low light, and you don't have to have direct sunlight. It basically helps power itself. You know, it won't be perfect, but I mean, if you ever have a situation where you have to hide and whatnot, and you have to keep your blinds closed, you can just do that, and it will hide them. You know, it'll hide your where you are, because then you get a little light, but it just doesn't go very far because it's low power, so it's right there where it needs to be. They can't see you in there. Outside, you can't see the light. So, and during the day, you get a little bit of light coming through. So it's not enough to normally grow plants and whatnot, but you have to kind of give a feedback system, just kind of boost the output of the efficient LEDs, and just that boosts the photosynthesis production, and just kind of kick back to help keep it going in a low light situation where otherwise it wouldn't work. I'm going to be working through some paints tonight, so I really have to look through that. Anyway, I got the suitcase here ready to go for tomorrow, but I'm going to go ahead and just end the stream in probably about 3 minutes. Get 3 more minutes, and if anyone wants to ask questions. So anyone wants to ask ask a few more questions, let's see if I can figure out how to, I might do something to see if that messes it up. Nope, okay, now I know to do that in the future. Now I know how to do this. Honestly, I don't know. I'm going to, try and do at least one in the morning. I'm trying to do one in the morning. I can't do it every morning, but I'm going to see if I can do one in the morning on YouTube. I'm going to really try and do. You can go to my Rumble account. It's called I'm Ugly. Roger that. And I get 25 subscribers. I'm pretty sure I can do at least one stream on there today. At least one, because that'd be motivation, because I can actually get money on Rumble. YouTube I can't. It's just monetization is ridiculous. I can get actual money on Rumble, so it's more motivation. So, don't have any final questions real quick? I only got about a minute and a half left before I'm going to end up shutting off the live stream and get about to doing a few other things to get ready for bed. I'm going to go to bed early, start going to bed early and whatnot. And I got something here that takes a laundromat tomorrow. I actually enjoy the laundromat. I know it's strange, but I do. Believe it or not, up there at the laundromat, there's some Arabic people, and basically does Thai food. And something you can do a lot of times is you can buy food and stuff there, just buy something cheap. And a lot of people, if you're actually trying to learn their language, you can get, basically they'll give you free tips and whatnot. I mean, you just go in there and buy something you normally wouldn't. You can get languages and whatnot. You can get lessons. You can get tips on from these individuals. But oh yeah, and there's that little Burmese market there too. I can get help with Burmese. Anyway, I'm gonna try and get something to eat. I'm really trying to push my fluids a lot more because I've been dehydrated like crazy as of late. No, I don't know any Korean. Maybe I should learn. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some water here and call it a stream. I'll put a post with my Rumble account. Probably about 5 minutes after this video, I'll put a post of my Rumble account up. Anyway, I'll give you the end of the stream. Just trying to make it through, guys. Just trying to make it through life. Anyway, see ya. Bye.